early indications show that we'll probably get in and around the same amount of people. We're running at the same numbers as we were at this stage of the vote during the general election, which, to be honest, we weren't really planning to run this election because we didn't see that there might be the same demand for a presidential election as a general election. So we're happy to see that it's matching the demand as we are at the moment.
Okay, and can you remind us who you're targeting your website at and how many people there are?
Well, we're looking at all recent emigrants. There is this argument against giving emigrants the votes because of no representation without taxation. There is a point to that. What we're trying to do is say, for example, the recent emigrants from the last 5, 10 or 15 years, we reckon those people should be allowed to retain their votes, just like they are, say, in the UK or most of the modern world. Ireland is one of the only countries in Europe that doesn't allow its emigrants to have a say in general or presidential elections, and we're looking to rectify that. If you just look at recent figures, more than 40,000 Irish people emigrated in the year 2011 to April, and that's a rise of 45% on the previous 12 months. There is a lot of people being forced out of the country because of the austerity measures or because of they want not to lean on the government with social welfare payments, rather leave the country, earn some money, come back and service their debt and reunite with their families and have a say in the future of their country. And we see those people as really important to keep the connection with Ireland, and I think the government would be well advised to pass on the votes to these people. It's really an easy decision for government in power because it's what so many other countries do.
Okay, so you think basically it would be to the government's benefit to allow these people to vote because basically they would look favourably upon the government that gave them that vote when they come back, hopefully in the next few years? Yeah,
it seems a no-brainer to me. There is this discussion of the amount of Irish immigrants and Irish passport holders around the world, and this is just a red herring, to be honest. There's so many Irish out there, but we're not calling for all those Irish passport holders to be given the vote. It's just the recent immigrants. It's so important that we keep a connection with Ireland when we've left, and so many Irish people are more up to date with affairs back home than they are actually with what's going on in the country they live in. They see their future back in the country of their birth.
Okay.
I think as important it is to get the business brains from around the world back home for global Irish forums, it's important to lure recent Irish immigrants back, and this is a great way to do it.
Okay, well, let's talk a little bit about BallotBox.ie then. How do people get involved?
Well, yeah, it's just simply getting along to www.BallotBox.ie and registering your email. You'll be asked for a few details to prove your Irishness.
What kind of details would they be now?
Well, we're looking for just an indicator. Essentially, we're using IP technology that will show that you're not inside the island of Ireland, and because we just don't want block voting happening. So it will just be for those people who are outside Ireland. Also, we'll be looking for details from your passport, not all of them, just enough to prove that you're actually Irish.
Right.
We've been in touch with the Data Protection Commissioner on this, and we fulfill all their demands, so there's no worries. We delete all the details as soon as you register and vote, and pretty much that's it. Just get along to the website. We're hoping everyone back home will tell their plentiful friends who are outside the country, who are Australia, Canada, the UK, or in Europe. Get them to go along and vote, and hopefully we can show the demand that there is out there.
And have you let the candidates know that this option is open to them?
Yeah. If on the website at the moment, there's statements from Michael D. Higgins, Mary Davis, and Dana, and we expect one from Sean Gallagher. So a few of them are in favour. Explicitly, Michael D. Higgins has claimed that he's going to push this onto the top of the agenda. But we've had these promises before. Simon Coveney has talked before the last election about his plans, but since then his information has changed, and actually his advice has said that a referendum would be needed.
Right.
We're not sure about that, but so many reports have been done down the years. A lot of taxpayers' money has gone into this, and I think the advice is already there, and it just needs to be looked at, and a decision needs to be made.
From the level of registration that you've seen since it opened on Tuesday, have you any idea what way the poll is going, or can you tell us that at this stage?
Yeah, we're actually not we're not looking at the poll, and before we close it next Tuesday, we're not going to be going near or giving any indication. We're pretty much trying to run it as the general election or the presidential election would be run back home, not peering into the ballot box, as it were.
Okay. Well, Brian, just in relation to that, obviously you're satisfying some need that the recent diaspora want to have their voices heard here back home. As a member of the recent emigrant community in Toronto, if you don't mind me describing it as that, what's the atmosphere amongst your fellow Irish people out in Toronto at the moment? Are they looking for the next chance to get home, or are they going to give their lives in Canada a little bit longer before they look at returning?
Like, I think it's different for a lot of people. Like, some people are here looking for a job, just recently left, and there's a number of people here who are here for a few years. I've been here since September 2009. I didn't leave because I lost my job. I left because I wanted to live elsewhere, and thankfully it didn't take me long to get work here. And it's a great city to live in. It's a great country to live in. But I know so many of my friends, we see our future back home. So I'll find out more about Irish politics and current affairs than I will Canadian. It's just the way I am, and it's just so easy to do it. Like, you're on the internet all the time. You find out about Dana/Dyers or Aviva jobs going. These things are more important to me and to many of my friends than what's happening on the far side of Canada. Like, it's a case we're just looking at when the economy will pick up again, when house prices possibly it's the best time to arrive back and purchase a house when the drop has stopped. And I think it's pretty much people are seeing their future in Ireland, and it's hopefully something that will happen in the next few years.
And I suppose BallotBox.ie would be part of maybe this new form of communication for people who are living abroad, originally from Ireland, basically through things like Skype and other kind of IP services, to keep in touch on a much more day-to-day level than they would have before. Yeah,
like, it's definitely, it helps a lot. Like, Skype is a huge thing. You'll be in contact with your family all the time. Like, I'm seeing my nephew for the first time over Skype last week. It doesn't replace one-on-one contact, and there's something very un-Irish about staring into a camera and having your brother or parents staring into the camera as well and talking. It's not the same as the phone, but you make do with it. And like, with BallotBox, I found that I'm in contact with so many immigrants, like thousands of immigrants across the world. Just in the last hour, I've had someone from the UK get on to me and ask, do they not have a vote back home? They were planning to return and vote. Like, I had to tell them no, like that it's not something you're told when you're leaving, and a lot of people don't know.